Well, I went back to London anyway. I saw Duncan Sand, who was the minister responsible. The one thing that sticks very clearly in my mind was the degree to which he felt that he himself was committed to the mediating process, and the degree to which he, as a senior minister, felt that he was extremely badly informed by the Foreign Office and by the intelligence services and by the military. So you had these extraordinary clashes even back in London of people who could have been helpful and could have been sympathetic to the realities of Cyprus. I said to him that I would like to go back, but I couldn't. And at this point, I went back to Malta, started to put in reports, and my view of Malta started to pass on the information I was receiving, some of it from Athens and Greece, and there was the most violent reaction from the Foreign Office, which sent numerous messages to the Commander-in-Chief to say that I must be stopped, that I must not be allowed to put anything into the mechanism of reporting that went into London. So, unfortunately, at that particular point, my voice was cut off. There was nothing else I could do, and I became involved in rather different affairs. So that is the story of my engagement with Cyprus and the background. Much, much later, a few years ago, I was asked, what about the report and why don't you write it? I hadn't kept the report as a whole, and I managed to resuscitate it, and this book that I've now written essentially is an enlargement of the report that I wrote for the British government in late 1964, which, as soon as I'd finished it, was confiscated from me. My house was searched, all the papers, notes were removed. I was told it had been embargoed. The United Nations, for whom I'd been working essentially in Cyprus, asked for a copy and refused a copy. Cyril Pickard, the Commonwealth Relations Office head, and Duncan Sand, who commissioned copies, their copies were also confiscated. So, even though I think this is a benign book, which says mostly benign things and that deserve to be heard, I mean, it was most vigorously suppressed by the Foreign Office for many years. So I'm very happy it's now in the public domain. I'm very happy to talk to you today. I've probably overrun my time, but anyway, so thank you very much for listening to me.
Thank you very much, Martin. That part of the seminar tonight was on getting it wrong. I think it's very important to hear what Martin has to say, what Mr. Packard has to say about what's happening on the ground. And we will have an opportunity later on, and I hope you will ask questions. We have a very good opportunity today to ask questions of Mr. Packard and